Hi everyone, it's Sarah with Sassy Quilting, and in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to do the teeny tiny rooster from the Heine Collage quilt kit. I've already cut out my fabrics and had previously ironed them in the steam machine too. If you don't know how to do that, you can refer to my Nola the Unicorn tutorial video where you can see how you can iron your fabrics to the steam machine too. I cut them out and I organized them based on how they're going to be used in the quilt. Here you're looking at all the different potential feathers. You see there's a leaf there. That gold is actually going to be a background fabric, so I'm going to set that aside. But all those will be fussy cut later. Here you can see all the different background fabrics that come with the kit. These are the floral fabrics, and these are also going to be fussy cut at a later time in the video. So next you're going to need a 19 by 23 inch piece of Patternese foundation. You can obtain that at any quilt store or local craft store. I've taped down the pattern that I got in my pattern kit, and I'm going to tape on top of that my Patternese foundation. That way I can trace out the rooster onto the Patternese without the fabric moving. Here you can see I have the fabric, or I have the rooster traced out onto my fabric ease. Once you have it traced out, you can remove the pattern from underneath the foundation and put the Patternese foundation back onto your mat. You're going to refer to the drawing on the piece of paper to make your quilt. So that's why I removed it. Now here I'm cutting out my background fabrics. I'm just cutting off the sides, making them straight. I know it's not the best angle. I apologize for that. I'll work on that in the future. But now I'm going to place all my background fabrics, and I'm going to place them anywhere there's background. And if I go over the rooster, that's fine. Don't worry about it. These are really small quilts, so it's going to be fine if we have 2 or 3 or 4 layers of fabric on top of each other, because something like this you can sew on your own little sewing machine. You don't have to take it to a long armor. They're really small. But I'm just using the background fabric to cover up all those background areas. And the great thing about the steam machine too is I can, as long as I don't iron it down, I can continue to lift it up over and over again to see where my rooster is underneath as I lay out the body parts for the rooster. So don't iron anything yet. I always iron everything at the very end when I'm done placing all my fabrics. So now I'm going to start with my rooster. I'm going to take the piece of fabric I'm going to use for his feet, and I'm going to lift the fabric with the glue attached to it off of the piece of paper, and I'm going to trace out the foot onto the piece of paper. Once I'm done tracing the foot, I'm going to replace the fabric back on top of the paper, turn it over, and cut out my leg. So I'm lifting up the background fabric to figure out where my leg goes exactly, since I have it traced. And then I can put the background fabric back down. And I'm going to do the same thing with the other leg to give you an example. Once again, I'm going to lift up the fabric from the piece of paper and trace out the leg onto the paper. Once I've done traced it, I'm going to put the fabric back onto the piece of paper, rub it down so it's sticky again, and cut out my leg. Now I have my leg cut out, and again I can move my background fabric to see where I had traced the leg. And I can actually see my tracing underneath the background fabric, so that was helpful. And there you have it. Next we're going to do this little design area above the leg. And you can see that's right here. I'm going to cut that out and then add it to the top of the leg. I cut it out, take the paper off, stick it down on top of the fabric and pattern ease. The next area I want to cut out is that little decoration there above the other leg, and you can see on the fabric that is right here. So I'm going to cut that out and lay that on top. Now I'm going to start with the head, and this is the fabric that she used for the head feathers. So I'm going to cut that out and place it as I see fit. There's no right or wrong way to do this. This is based on however you like it. You can add plumage or take it away. Collage quilts are fun because you can make them however you like. Now I'm going to do the neck area, and that is this piece of fabric. and you can see where it's gonna go on the neck line. Just keep in mind that this is directional fabric and that the feathers point downward. So as I lay the fabric down and cut it, I want to make sure that the feathers face down. So I've got the main body of my rooster done, and the rest of this, as you can see, is going to be fussy cut pieces of fabric. So I'm going to take all these different pieces of fabric here, and I'm going to cut out flowers, cut out those little designs one each at a time, cut out the leaves and the feathers. You don't have to cut out every one, but as many as you can, and then I'm going to organize them on my mat based on the fabric they came from. That way I have a good idea what I have to choose from. It makes my options more clear. It's a little bit easier than cutting out one flower or one feather at a time. This way it moves along a little bit quicker. And now you're going to see time-lapse video of me putting together my rooster. So I hope you liked this video. I hope it was helpful for you. And if you like it, please press like and subscribe, and feel free to leave suggestions for more videos, things you want to see. Thanks again for watching. I hope you guys have a great day.